I was just waking up to an occasion where I was told that I'm being accused of terrorism as a governor. Someone who is the head of the opposition. My commissioner has been kept and will not be released by an EFCC. Even when I have immunity as a governor, my name was stupendously mentioned in a motion in a court of law in Nigeria. Me, Bala Muhammed, who is recognized without my inkling for this kind of recognition. God is wonderful. I don't have to say anything. I don't even have to go to the public court. But certainly, politics has become something in Nigeria. But with this kind of people around, Mr. Magui and his colleagues, there is still hope in the country. The APC-led federal government think they can use the courts, the institution of government like the EFCC, to persecute and prosecute Nigerians that are not within their own party. If they don't stop, we are going to declare war.
Let's slow down and really talk about what is happening in Nigeria right now. Because if you think this is just another governor complaining, then you are missing the bigger picture. When Bala Muhammed, the sitting governor of Bauchi State and chairman of the People's Democratic Governors Forum, comes out openly and says, and I quote, "I won't join APC and I won't allow myself to be criminalized for refusing to join APC." That is not a small statement. That is a direct accusation against the federal government. And when he names the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission as the weapon being used, then what we are dealing with here is no longer rumor. It's a political confrontation. What Bala Muhammed is saying is, why is EFCC keep appearing in opposition politics? First, let's be clear about something. Bala Muhammed is not a lightweight politician. He's a two-term governor of Bauchi State, a former senator, a former minister, and currently the head of PDP governors nationwide. This is not a man who just woke up and decided to cry wolf. And more importantly, Bauchi State is not a weak state politically. It is strategic, it is northern, and it matters. So when Bala Muhammed says my commissioner is being detained because I refuse to join APC, in quote, he's telling you something very specific, that defection has become a political survival strategy in Nigerian politics. Please, before we proceed, I want to make a passionate appeal based on this YouTube analytics. 96% of people who watch this channel are not subscribed to this channel. Only 3% are subscribed to this channel. Please, when you like and subscribe to this channel, it helps YouTube to push this content to other viewers. Please help Impact Media to grow. Thank you. Now let's look at EFCC's operation lately. Nobody is saying corruption does not exist, and nobody is saying governors should be immune forever. But the timing, the target, and the patterns are what people are questioning currently. Now ask yourself honestly, why is it mostly opposition figures that are being arrested? And why do the investigations suddenly go cold after people defect to the APC? Why do some cases disappear the moment someone joins the ruling party? Bala Muhammed said something very telling. Even with my constitutional immunity, in quote, my name was mentioned in court. That is not normal. In a democracy, investigations must be professional. Prosecutions must be neutral. Institutions must be independent. But when the anti-graft agencies begin to look like political enforcers, democracy starts bleeding quietly. This is not about Bala Muhammed alone. Let's be blunt. Since APC came into power, Nigeria has seen mass defections from PDP, Opposition politicians suddenly discover the APC ideology. Governors defecting with their entire state structures. Why? Fear. Political fear. The message many politicians are receiving is simple. In quote, join us or face investigation. That is not democracy. That is soft authoritarianism. Bala Muhammed said it clearly, and I quote, I will not join APC. I refuse to join APC. Unquote. And the response allegedly is pressure, intimidation, EFCC. Whether you like Bala Muhammed or not, this method is dangerous because today is PDP, tomorrow it will be anyone else. One of the most powerful lines Bala Muhammed said was this, and I quote, politics has become something in Nigeria, unquote. That sentence is deep. What it means is institutions no longer act independently. Everything is viewed through party loyalty, and that governance is secondary to control. He even accused the federal government of neglecting Bauchi state completely. No roads, no water project, no meaningful federal presence. Yet the same federal system has enough energy to pursue political opponents aggressively. That contradiction is what fuels anger. Now let's address the most controversial part. When Bala Muhammed said, in quote, if they don't stop, we will declare war, he did not mean violence. This is just a political war. Media war, legal war, electoral war. It means we will stop keeping quiet and speak up. And that is very important in democracy. Silence has allowed abuse to thrive in Nigeria. Silence has allowed institutions to be captured. When senior politicians start speaking out, it signals that pressure has crossed a line. This story connects to something bigger. Across Nigeria, opposition figures, including voices like Peter Obi, keep saying the same thing, that institutions in Nigeria are being weaponized by the government of the day. And if democracy becomes join the ruling party or suffer, then elections become meaningless. Because real democracy requires fearless opposition, independent institutions, equal application of the law. Without all that, you don't have democracy. You have managed politics. Opposition politicians have always accused the Bala Tinubu-led government of selective justice and witch hunt of opposition party, using the EFCC and the case of Yahaya Bello, the former governor of Kogi State. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission alleges that 80 billion naira belonging to Kogi State was diverted during his tenures. The funds were allegedly laundered through proxies. Public money meant for salaries and state projects was misused. Some transactions allegedly happened while he was governor of Kogi State. This is not a minor allegation. This is one of the largest single governor corruption cases in Nigeria's history. So naturally, Nigerians expected swift action, but that didn't happen. You don't have to like Bala Muhammed, and you don't have to support PDP. You don't even have to trust politicians, but you must care when anti-corruption agencies are accused of political bias. Opposition voices are systematically pressured, and the defection has become a survival tactic, because once institutions stop being neutral, nobody is safe. Today it might be Bala Muhammed, tomorrow it could be anyone else. This is not about APC versus PDP. This is about Nigeria's democratic soul. What do you think? Is CFCC being used as a political weapon or a politician just crying foul when caught? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, share and subscribe if you want serious political analysis without noise. This is Impact Media. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video.